Hello and welcome to Beyond the Box Score. I'm your host, Brad Fetters from BACB Sports. On today's show, we will take an inside look at the winter teams from Seaholm High School. Before we get started, I'd like to congratulate the girls swim team at Seaholm for their state title in the fall. The swim women finished 82 points ahead of Grosse Pointe South, and it was the team's second state championship in the last 4 years. Congrats once again to head coach Carl Hodgson and the rest of the swim team. We start off our winter coverage now with the boys swim team. Last year, the squad took home a third-place finish at the state finals meet, placing behind only state champion Dexter and Birmingham Groves. The top three finish was thanks in large part to two top 10 finishes in the relay events. Many talented swimmers and divers are back this season for head coach Tom Wiley, who will look to add additional hardware to the team's trophy case.
Last year our goal was to win leagues, which we accomplished, and then to hopefully score pretty high in states, which we got third last year.
The season went pretty well last year. We only had 3 divers competing, so it was a little rough, but swim team held it together and all the divers were able to make it to regionals last year, so that was a good solid step towards states.
I think last year we came up a little bit short, but I still think overall it was a pretty good season, and I think this year we can build up on it, and I definitely think we have a good chance at winning states.
Very pleased with last year. We ended up in the top 3 position at the state championship meet. We also walked away as league champions. So, nice finish to last year.
This year we have a bunch of new divers, so hopefully we have a lot more going to regionals, and we should have 4 divers going to states this year, which is going to be a major plus for team points, and our team's looking really strong for the swimming part of it.
As a team, our goal is winning states, and that's been the focus since day one. We're just trying to get first.
This year, our expectations are definitely to swim hard and do well out of the pool, and we also want to do well at all of our championship meets.
We have a young, very energetic team, full of a lot of excitement. It's getting the coaching staff really excited.
Coach Wiley is a very good coach. He is very knowledgeable in the science of swimming, where we position our hands and things like that. So right now he has us working on all of that, and I'm really happy with him.
Compared to most coaches, he does a lot more sprinting. A lot of other coaches will do a lot of distance swimming, but us, it's 50s, 25s. We're moving fast and in short increments.
Tom's a lot different than all the other coaches I've had in terms of how technical he is with the sport. I think he provides an insight to technique that I've never seen from any other coach I've had.
How the team is going to respond really is going to be a testament to the type of leadership that the captains provide, and I think those captains are ready to provide that leadership. They're all about the team, all about team goals, all about understanding that each individual has to perform if the team is going to achieve its goals, and one of their roles is helping make sure that their teammates live up to the high expectations we have at Seaholm.
I'm most looking forward to diving in regionals because it takes all of our best divers from the area, throw us in there, and then states after that because all of the best divers from the state that I don't get to go against very often are all there, and everybody brings out their best dives.
The one meet I'm most looking forward to swim in is against Groves, because it's always a very good competition, and we always see them all the time, so it's a good friendly rivalry.
Most of these guys we know personally. A lot of the polo players who swim with us, they've played with them a few times, and it gets kind of heated. We love the guys, but it's competition.
Well, it's going to be very interesting. So right off the bat, we go against Farmington and Groves, and those are the 2 toughest teams, probably the 2 favorites this year going into a dual meet season.
To be a Seaholm Maple means to be able to work every day as your hardest and then represent your school every single time you go out, even if you're not in the school.
It just means that we're going to be out here trying our hardest to be respectful, honorable, and just work our butts off.
It means you show up every day, you work your hardest, you're supportive of your teammates, you listen to your coaches, and overall you just do everything that a good teammate would do.
What it means to me to be a Seaholm Maple is to work hard and do well in school and in your athletic events.
I think it's my 22nd year or 23rd year, something like that. Never imagined I'd be here this long. I take it one season at a time, and it's really a privilege to be considered the head coach of Birmingham Seaholm High School. It's an honor. It's one of the things I'm most proud of, that we've tried to build a championship culture here, a family, if you will.
Seniors Rory Lang, Ian Bukowinski, and Joseph Semenicki are back this season and should contribute big time. Underclassmen Tate Chutkow, Joe Novak, and Curran II were also state qualifiers a season ago. The Division II state finals will take place at the Holland Aquatic Center this year, and an early season meet with Groves will take place on BACB Sports and will be available on demand at Bloomfield, twp.org, and the Birmingham Area Cable Board website. Good luck to the Maples this season. We now turn our attention to the wrestling team. Last year, the team finished in the top 10 at the county meet and captured another district title, taking down rivals Groves and Brother Rice before falling short to Heartland in the regionals. The team continues to be a dominant force under head coach Neil Tuome and brings back a terrific lineup.
Last year was really fun. I think our team was really good. We had a really good lineup. A lot of our seniors left, but I think that the freshmen are showing a lot of potential this year.
Last year, I was coming off a back injury. I missed my whole sophomore season. I was coming in weak. I was coming in out of shape. So, my goal was kind of just, I'm going to go after it. I kind of have the odds stacked up against me, but, I went for it. Didn't have the outcome I wanted, but I'm hoping to get it this year.
We started out fast, went slow. We got a lot better as the season went on, and I thought we were a good team by the end of the year. We got an OAA Red Meet win for the first time against a team that had 4 state place finishers like Orion, and most of our team is juniors still. So, looking forward to this year.
Definitely think we should win districts this year because we should have to beat Groves and Southfield. And we've won, I think, 8 in the past 9 years, so I think that would be my expectation.
Seaholm Wrestling, district champs for sure, and hopefully, state run. It's, we haven't done it in a while, but it's definitely possible. And I think this is the team that's going to do it if we're going to do it.
This year, I've got a positive outlook. We're going to be really young, but it's going to be one of those seasons where you have a lot of 41 to 39 wins.
Top 10 in county, go to regionals, hopefully go to state, and beat Groves, of course, because they've got us a couple times the last few years, and to get healthy.
Coach Tuome is our head coach, and he does a lot of the stats for our team. He'll say oh, you're gonna go 21-12 this year, and almost every time he's practically spot on, which is really cool. And he does the lineup, and he always does a really good job putting people in the right weights so that we're set up to win.
Coach Tuome, he's not really on the mat in practice, but he's a master at the lineups. He can work a lineup and move people up, but bring people down if they made that weight, to where we can win a meet, even if really we shouldn't win that meet. That's what he brings to the table every year.
Coach Curtis he usually shows us the moves, and he's pretty good at explaining things. He's really loud, so when you're wrestling, you usually want him in your corner so you can hear what he's saying. And Coach Tappan also usually helps with the moves. He goes to JV tournaments more, so he helps with the JV tournaments and sits in the corner and gives them advice.
Coach Curtis and Coach John, just wrestling expertise, technique, conditioning, all sorts of conventional and unconventional drills that really just get us in top shape and top skill level for the season.
My dad's a coach in there too, and then I just loved it, loved the team, loved being a part of a true family.
Well, Sophia is awesome. She's very well organized. She loves the sport. She does a ton of work behind the scenes, inputting the results into track wrestling. She's gotten a little bit of strategy going as well. Absolute joy. Another opportunity to hang out with a kid. Who doesn't love that?
Max Davis has been injured on and off, has so much talent. Had some back issues, and it's worked hard all summer, and it's been wrestling and lifting. I think he's going to come out of nowhere to be really good, like a Chase Mintag kind of guy. And he's nice, he's dedicated. Every time he comes off the mat, he looks at the coaches like, did I do okay or bad, like the dream kid. But he's been a 4-year wrestler. And then Grace Brashears, who came out sophomore year, and she was our manager, and then we needed a 103-pounder, so she started wrestling. And she was been varsity the last 2 years, and she wrestled team states last year, and never misses a practice. And she's trying to get into West Point, so she also has a 4.82 grade point average. So she brings a lot to the team, especially our grade point average.
I think I'm most looking forward to wrestling at counties this year, because for me specifically, last year, I remember I lost my first 2 matches, but still somehow made it to the second day of counties. So I'm looking to do better than that this year, and I'm also really excited for districts to see how we do if we can keep up our winning streak.
Clarkson and Oxford are always fun meets. You know, they're some of the best teams in the state, and it's always fun to go out there and kind of see what level we're at. We always normally win a few matches. Sometimes we win more than we should, you know, and sometimes we win the most of them. And, you know, it's always great to see kind of how we compare to those top teams in the state.
Of course, Groves, because we're going to be talented. And I'm looking forward to team districts this year because all the teams are actually really good. They've all improved so much. So if we can get by them again, they're like the biggest district win we had in a long time.
What a true Maple is, it's showing up every day, it's being a good sport, it's being respectful.
You know, it's a family. You know, we're the forest. If you're the forest, when you're Seaholm Maple, you know, that carries beyond just high school. You're always a Seaholm alum. And when you say that, you know, that carries a certain weight in the community.
Being a part of this wrestling team, I think, is about working hard, and also what I really love about our wrestling team is that it's like a community, and we're all always helping each other and doing what's best for our team and not just thinking about ourselves.
It's something to give back to the kids. I've lived, I think 7 different states now, and always tried to volunteer with the local high school program just to get involved. As I get a little bit older, it keeps me young. You're always involved with the kids, kind of hopefully a positive part of their life. It's always nice to see go on to college. You can see over on the sidelines, we've probably got 6 or 7 guys that have wrestled for us over the last 4 or 5 years come back and participate, and that's always great to see as well. Just a good, positive kind of vibe, and like I said, it kind of keeps me young as well.
I've been blessed. I'm the longest standing coach left at Seaholm since I came in 1990. They treat me really good. John and Curtis have been with me for 5 more years, and they do it for free. And they bring a passion to the kids and a positivity that makes the kids want to wrestle. And our numbers have been growing the last couple of years because of those guys. And so, like, every time I think, oh, a couple more years, like, oh, a couple more years turns into 4 more years and then 4 more years. And we got like 12 freshmen. So that keeps you coming back.
Senior Grace Bashirs really is a cool story. Not only did she finish 8th at last season's state tournament, but plans on attending West Point next year. Her GPA is well over a 4.0, and she's the true definition of a student athlete. Returning wrestlers for Seaholm include Jackson Vance, who finished 6th in the state a season ago and was also the Oakland County champion in his weight class. Junior Miles Mentag is battling back, and he qualified for regionals last year and had over 30 victories. Seaholm should be in the mix once again for a district championship, and that tournament will take place over at Birmingham Groves, with the Falcons, Bloomfield Hills, and Brother Rice making up the rest of the bracket. Next up is the Birmingham Unified Hockey Team, which consists of members from both Birmingham public high schools. Last year, the Kings had an outstanding season under first-year head coach Mike Bobeck. The team racked up 17 wins to go along with just 6 losses. They also captured another OAA White Championship. The Kings picked up a playoff victory over Royal Oak before falling to eventual state champion Catholic Central. The team loses their leading scorer Andrew Beggs to graduation, but hopes they have what it takes to compete in the ultra-competitive OAA Red.
Last year was very successful. I would say maybe the most successful BU season we've had so far, like ever. We had a lot of depth. Seniors were outstanding, especially, you know, guys like Andrew Beggs, you know, putting up like 50-goal, 50-point seasons. That really helped our team out, and everything the seniors did just made us a really effective team.
Last year we came in with a new coach, and it was going to be interesting, but I think we did pretty well. Took a little bit to get used to it, but he's a great coach.
My overall thoughts of last season, we did pretty well. You know, we lost regional championship to Catholic Central, but you know, they went on to win the state championship. They're a very good team. But overall, I think we had a really good year. We lost a lot of seniors, but this year's team's looking pretty well, and I think just last year we can build off of and carry it into this year.
Well, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about high school hockey in general, how the guys play, what to expect, what not to expect from them, and going into this season was a heck of a lot more prepared. Obviously from the AAA level to high school, learning the community a little bit more about what the guys are like here. And so this year, I had them for the full season, obviously. Then I had them all spring, got to watch them through the summer, and I knew what I was doing when I got here into, you know, going into this season. So it was, I was better prepared.
Expectations for this year's team, you know, we want to win the OAA. That's our goal. We want to get past, you know, what we did last year in playoffs. You know, we have to play Catholic Central again, but you know, you never know. On any given night, we could beat any given team, and you know, we're trying to get as far as we can in the state playoffs. You know, every team's goal is state title, so that's ultimately what we're looking for. But OAA is a big goal of ours.
This year, we're just trying to bring more intensity, more physicality, just everything. Everything needs to be better.
We're going to have some pretty big expectations of this team, going pretty far in states and winning the divisional games, so that should be fun.
Playing a really tough schedule. So I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but we've got a good, solid, fast team that's going to come at guys every night, and they're going to get challenged. So my expectations right now is that I want them to compete at a high level.
And what Coach Bobak brings to his team is a lot of experience. He played hockey for a lot of years. He played college at Providence. He played in the NHL. He played all over the place. He brings a lot of good experience, a lot of good teaching to this team. And I think everything that he does, everything from his fundamentals to his system, is just really well throughout his, he learned all this from throughout his years of experience playing in the NHL, college, high school, U.S. national team, wherever he's played.
He brings a lot of energy. He knows systems very well, so we've got great forecheck going, great penalty kill, great power play. Those are all things that he can bring to the table as a coach, and he's very good at scouting too.
I think the hockey knowledge is outstanding. He clearly knows what he's doing. He played at a professional level. He knows what it takes to get there. He knows what it takes to push us to the next level. And I'm really happy to have him as a coach.
Jack Bessett wears the C. He's a really good, aggressive hockey player. He's a great leader on and off the ice for the guys. Sean Piotrowicz, our goalie, another great leader on and off the ice. He's had a heck of a start. He's played 2 really good, solid games for us. As you can see out here, we've got 3 goaltenders. So he's kind of taken over the lead, so to speak, for the goaltending. And then Aiden Carr, great speed, great person on and off the ice as well. So we look for the qualities, the senior leadership a lot of times here with this, and more or less going forward here, the big thing for us is just to have that consistency, and hopefully they can drive that consistency night in and night out.
I'm most looking forward to playing in the Catholic Central game because they took us out last year, and I really want to get revenge on them. And that's always going to be a good game.
We're going to get Clarkston, we're going to get Rochester, all of the games, coming up. We're looking forward to playing. There isn't a soft spot in our schedule. All really good teams, but the Cranbrook game was a ton of fun for the kids. They got to go across town here, and really nice crowd, and I think it was a great environment for everybody.
Most looking forward to. I think Clarkston, they beat us last year on a close game. I'm just looking for that redemption. I feel like everyone on this team has what it takes to beat any team we come up against.
Another big game we're looking forward to is probably Rochester. They went to state semifinals. They were a very good team in the OAA last year. They won the OAA. They lost a lot of kids, but they're still going to be rebound and be a really good team. Really looking forward to that game.
Ever since I joined sophomore year, I've just felt a good amount of pride wearing this jersey, especially with all the good players that came before me. And, I'm super happy to be here.
Well, it means a lot. It's a ton of fun being the director of hockey, the head coach of the varsity team. It's just seeing all the different age groups and watching the kids develop through the years, and seeing my second year in doing this and having this, seeing the faces come back. It's fun because I'm a part of the community now.
Coming here after school, it's just the place to be with the boys coming together from Groves and Seaholm. Just getting together, hanging out, playing some hockey. It's absolutely amazing.
What it means to me to be a member of this BU team is just to be a part of this brotherhood, this family. We're all brothers here. This is a huge family. It's just a great organization to be a part of. This is probably one of the closest knit organizations I've ever been a part of, and it's just an honor to be a part of this brotherhood.
It's been a blast. We've had so much fun. Working with my assistant coaches, Nate Resnick, and then we have Anatoly. Coach Anatoly, who everybody around here knows, our Russian skating coach. And then Jack's in his first year here with us. He's played North American Hockey League. So we're just having a really good time trying to give as much knowledge back to these guys as we can about our experiences with the game and teaching the life lessons of what comes on after they go on and move on from this game.
Birmingham Unified hasn't seen much of a drop-off after moving up from the OAA white to the red. Nearly halfway through the season, the Kings are currently in second place behind only Lake Orion in the standings. Junior Brendan Lamb leads all scorers with 10 points through 11 games, including 5 goals. Senior Aiden Carr is right behind him with 3 goals and 3 assists. Birmingham will look to add some offense in the second half as they're averaging just over 2 goals per game. League games against Clarkston, Rochester, and Stony Creek remain for the Kings, who will look to end the regular season strong. Now's a good time to remind you that you can check us out on social media. Follow us on Twitter at Beyond Box Score, and please give us a like on Facebook. We now focus on the girls basketball team at Seaholm. Last year was the first year for head coach Chris Manchester, who was previously at the helm of the boys basketball team at Centerline High School. The Lady Maples finished the year with an 8-11 record and a first-round playoff exit to the rivals from Groves. The team will look to make a positive step forward as they once again play out of the OAA Blue Division.
Last season, we got a new coach. Manchester was our new coach. We were used to more of a lax coaching style, so we weren't as disciplined, I'd say. Manchester really pushes us to work harder, and we won more last season than previous seasons.
Last year we had a lot of strong players. We had a lot of good talent in our senior class. So, our starters were all seniors, so it was strong. I got to look up to them, obviously, and play a little bit with them.
Last year went awesome. I thought we scored tons of points. We were 10-10. I believe in the conference we did really well. I think we ended up taking third. And just overall, I thought the girls took to me, and we had a great year.
I'd hope to do a little bit better than last year. We have some new people on the team, so we're not completely meshed yet. So hopefully we mesh together and play well together, and hopefully we win more than we did last year. And hopefully we beat Groves.
We got a lot of new girls. We got a lot of returning girls. I think the bond this year actually, we're all really talkative outside of school, in school in the season. So I think the vibe is really good on the team.
Last year, since we had a good season, I kind of upped the game on our schedule. So we got a tougher schedule. Really show the girls maybe what we need to work on. Got some games where maybe we might not be favored.
I love Coach Manchester. I didn't actually have our previous coach because when I came on varsity, my first year on varsity, he was the coach. But I also play another sport at Seaholm, and his coaching style I like a lot.
He's a great guy. We were a little confused at first. We weren't sure how to feel about him, but now we realize he's such a jokester. He's not as serious as he comes across. And I think it took him a while to learn how to coach girls because he's usually a guy's coach, but he loves us and he knows what to do, so he's a good guy.
Julia's just been great. Meredith's been awesome. And I just believe that they're going to be great leaders for us this year. I love having them around. They're super nice. They're encouraging to all the girls. Just leaders in all aspects. I think that they just do a good job.
Actually looking forward to playing Berkeley a lot because last year, looking at the stats and everything, we put up more shots, we had more steals, we had more rebounds. All of the stats were on our side, but just the points weren't there.
For sure, Berkeley and Rochester. Berkeley and Rochester won our league last year. We played them both very tough. I think that they beat us all 4 times we played them. But the games were within 3 or 4 or 5 points. We had chances in all the games. They're well coached. Just getting a chance at those guys again, I think is gonna be real fun.
Most definitely Groves because it's a huge turnout and everyone goes and they all love to come, and I think we play the hardest too. And also I'm looking forward to our first game just because it's the first time to get back into the whole season.
I've been a Seaholm Maple now for 4 years. My brother's a Seaholm Maples. For me to finally be here and I'm a senior now. I've heard everything they've gone through and now me going through it. It's crazy to be a part of this school and this team. And as a senior, a captain now, I actually get to I have an influence. People look up to me now and the freshman class and they're the future Maples, and when I'm gone, they're just looking up to me, and it's crazy to think that they go through the 4 years to be where I am.
It makes me proud because all my sisters went here and this is my last year here and last sibling, and it just makes me happy.
Seaholm is tradition-wise, I got a lot of alumni that come back. We have an alumni game where the alumni are involved. I got girls calling me, I can't wait to come to a game. Just being in an area where, the culture is, we're going to support the program, and I really enjoy that.
At the time of the filming of this program, the girls basketball team has alternated wins and losses and sits at 2-3 with a league record of 1-1. This year's roster features a good mix of senior leadership and talented underclassmen. The Lady Maples will play out of the Bloomfield Hills Marion District with Berkeley, Groves, Royal Oak, Southfield, and the host Mustangs. The regular season rivalry game with Groves looms and will be broadcast in its entirety on BACB Sports. Make sure you check back with us throughout the winter for playbacks of that contest. We stay on the hardwood for our final team feature. The Seaholm boys basketball team struggled throughout last season, finishing with an overall record of 6-15. The team was extremely young and never found their footing, suffering a first-round playoff exit to Brother Rice. The Maples welcome back a majority of their scoring and feature a really nice inside-out game. We recently caught up with their captains and head coach Mike DeGeeter. Here's what they had to say.
Last year we were a young team with only one senior playing. The other had shoulder surgery, so we were young guys playing against bigger guys, and I think overall we did well and we played our best we could, but we've grown a lot this year.
We were a young team, so we were still developing and we're trying to figure out how we were going to do on varsity with a lot of us being first-year players. But this year we all have 2 years of experience, so I feel like we have more of the small little learning aspects down. Now we're just trying to learn each other's chemistry and develop as a team.
We had one senior and we won 7 games, I think. We struggled, and you're going to struggle when you're basically a JV team playing up in the league we were playing. So it was a tough year.
My expectations for this year is to just win some games. Hopefully we can execute our offense a lot better, and we've worked on our defense, make sure we can limit the scoring of the other teams.
Me personally, and as a team, I know we're looking to win the league this year. That's a major goal of ours, and we're hoping to make a playoff run.
We have 12 seniors. We've got guys that have been in the program now. This will be their 4th year. They've seen what we do. They know how we operate. They know our program philosophy backwards and forwards, as you could probably see from practice. They're super focused too. I mean, they want to have a great senior year and make it a great experience.
Coach DeGeeter is a great coach. He really influences that defense. Defense converts to offense, and just if we play our defensive game, lead to offensive possessions.
He always focuses on the details, so the big picture can always come together. So it's, as you can see in that little segment of practice there, it's the closeouts, it's the distance, it's going under screens, it's pushing players out, it's boxing out, it's all the little things that take a collective effort to win games.
Lons was our captain last year. He just got back from football, so he's a little behind. Had 4 football games in the state championship. So we've got 2 more football players coming in, hopefully Labar and Adam, that are big players. So I think they're going to help us. Johnny Cross is only a junior this year. He's a tennis player, he's a lacrosse player, he's just a flat-out tough kid and an athlete. And that's the kind of guy we want running our point and running our team. Johnny Cross is going to be really good this year. It's going to surprise a lot of people.
I'm looking most forward to that first Groves game, because last year it was tough games against them. And hopefully in districts we can play maybe Brother Rice again and see them again in districts and take it to them.
Always Groves. It's always got to be Groves. Crosstown rivals. Always want to beat them. And another one I would have to say is Adams, because we have a coach there that used to coach here and he went over there, and it's a friendly kind of rivalry now.
Troy, of course, every year Gary and I go at it pretty good, and he's got a couple kids from Adams that came in along with a kid that already signed at Oakland, so he's probably got at least 2 or 3 D1 kids on that team, and we go there to play them, so I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see if the team concept can overcome the individual concept.
It needs to be a Maple to always be my best and have good character on the court and any field I'm on and in school, and honestly help anyone that needs help.
It's all pride. I play football here as well, and we made a great run in the playoffs, and now we're looking to do the same in basketball. And just seeing the community and the school all come together these last few weeks for football playoffs, I want to feel that again in basketball season. Seeing the whole school come together and be excited to go to the games and watch us be ready to win.
This is my 20th year of coaching, so to say that I'm not passionate about the sport and I don't love the kids would just be pure folly at this point. That's why I'm here. My day job is very stressful, and this is just a great time to come be with the kids, try to get them to focus, try to get them to complete their task, and try to get them to execute. And with my assistant coach, now has been with me 7 or 8 years, Will Broner. I mean, we make quite a team, and it's just a fantastic relationship.
The Maples currently sit at a .500 record with 2 wins and 2 losses. They have yet to start league play, but will compete out of the OA Blue. They've been assigned to the Farmington District along with Groves, Brother Rice, North Farmington, and Southfield A&T. Really, the strength of this year's team is its depth. Coach DeGeeter can roll with 10 deep and not expect much of a drop-off, and that'll be vital to the team's success, especially late in the season. Alex Lons will provide the needed size inside and should be a key contributor, with junior captain Johnny Cross running the point. We wish the Maples good luck this year. Well, that'll do it for today's episode. If you've missed any portion of it, you can check us out online at bloomfieldtwp.org or the Birmingham Area Cable Board website. Playback schedules and an archive of all of our sporting events are located at both websites as well. I'd like to thank the athletic department at Seaholm High School, especially athletic director Aaron Frank. For my co-producer Jason Radalski and our director Steve Rhoda, I'm Brad Fetters. Thanks for watching this episode of Beyond the Box Score.